Hi, and thank you again. Welcome back to another episode of King Crush Thursdays, where we highlight and uplift Black men, because frankly, not too many people are doing it. I'm Val Gay, and I'm excited to be here with you again today. And we're excited to have a conversation with our King, Austin Woodlin. Austin is an amazing man who is a husband, a father, a son, a musician, an educator, a producer, a songwriter, just an all-around superstar, amazing man, multi-instrumentalist. And so welcome, Austin.
Hey Valerie, thank you so much for having me on here. It's so good to be here talking with you today. Thank you.
Thank you. So Austin, I'm so glad that you are here and that I'm asking you the same 6 questions that we ask all of our kings, because our goal is to create a repository of questions and answers. So perhaps one day a young king who may not have positive role models around him can come to this repository and see answers, a wide variety of answers, and maybe he can find guidance in that. Or
Mhm.
maybe there's another young king who is surrounded and is rich with male influences, positive male influences, and yet he still can grow from this. And then for the rest of us who are not Black men, or who may not even be Black at all, can come in and see the great diversity and the vastness of what our men are thinking. And
Okay.
so I'm excited to have you be a part of this conversation. We recognize that as many men as there are on the planet, Black men on the planet, there are that many opinions and answers. And so,
Yeah.
so I'm glad to have you contribute today. So I'm going
Awesome.
to get started with the first question, which is, what does manhood mean to you?
Wow. Okay. And I think that's a great question. To me, manhood, and let me, I guess, define my, I guess, totality in that you're right. I'm a son. I'm a father. I'm a brother. I'm a husband. I am all of those other things: musician, composer, teacher, and everything else. And I'm also a Black African American Christian man. And so, as a Christian, I think what the Bible says about life in general can inform these questions, and I will tell you now, they will inform my answers because our faith, inspires and really guides our lifestyle and should, and our decisions and our words and our actions. And so, as a Christian man, the Bible talks about man, the man of God, Jesus the Christ, who gave himself for the world and then commanded us men, as a married man especially, I have been hearing how we ought to love our woman as Christ loved the church. What I'm trying to say is, I think manhood really, from the example of Christ that is given to me, is selflessness and sacrifice. I believe true manhood is servant leading, is not just the male dominance that we often kind of see and feel and portray, but I think it's being the covering, being the protector and the provider. And I'm not just speaking in the marital context, but for everyone around us and in our communities, but also leading and serving through leadership. Serving and leading can seem like the opposite, but I think in real manhood, we figure out how to put them together.
That's great. That's really great. Thank you. So, who or what is important to you?
As a man, my family is important to me. Um, and my purpose as a man and individually as a person. I believe that we are to love. We are to love the Lord with all of our heart, and then love our neighbors as we love ourselves. What is important to us is what we love. What we love is usually what we think is important to us in general. And if I'm being taught, commanded, and instructed to love God and to love my neighbor as I love myself, then I ought to love myself. I think it's important that I take care of me. I think it's important that I know when I need to work, when I need to rest, and that I know what I need to do in order for my needs to be fulfilled, whatever that may be. And also that I know what my neighbors need so that I can then, in family, so that I can then be a support and be the man in this situation and in the community that we need. So it's important to me that I am a family man, as a man with 2 children and a beautiful wife, and that I love those around me as I love myself. That is who and what is important to me.
That's fantastic. Thank you. Thank you so much. So how do you want us to see you?
I think I would want people to see me as simply a good man. As a good man who loved himself and his God and his family. I would want people to see me as someone who served, someone who cared, but not a perfect man, because the only perfect man is Christ himself. And I have my selfish moments, and I have my human weaknesses. But in striving to be the best man I can be, I would like people to see me as a good man.
That's great. Thank you. So what is your epic dream?
My epic dream, epic meaning like grand, right?
Yes.
Epic dream, epic. That's a big word. That means it's the thing that would mean the world to somebody. And I would say, as in the times we're living in right now, my epic dream would probably, the way I'm feeling now, and have always felt, to be honest, is that everyone in the world could just come together. Is that everyone in the world could just get along. Is that we all could just experience true love. Phila, the brotherly love, true peace. And we know there's turmoil and strife, and there's going to be, but wouldn't it be a wonderful world that they wrote about? What a wonderful world if we could see everyone truly unified. That would be my epic dream. I think it sounds like one of the men who we were recently bringing up frequently, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and all of the others who had the same dream.
That's great. Thank you. So, Austin, who are you?
Who am I? I am multifaceted. I am African American. I am a strong black man, proud black man, and I am, as I have said before, son of two wonderful parents, brother to three brothers. I actually had, actually grew up with only brothers, didn't have any sisters. That was fun, right? I am a husband to a wonderful wife and the father to two children, a 4-year-old daughter, brilliant, and a 1-year-old son. I am fulfilling, I guess you would say, many roles, especially in music ministry. I am a minister of music. I am a music director. I am a producer. I'm a songwriter. I am just a keyboard player. I am a multi-instrumentalist. I am all of those things. But I think most importantly, I try to be a servant. I am one who seeks to, even if I fail, seeks to help, seeks to give, and seeks to lend a hand and put others' needs. I guess a tendency really is before mine. And so I think I am just a caring person, at least try to be, and want to be the role model as this even platform has, as you have said. If there's anything that I can even say and have said right now to fulfill and help someone to see themselves as God has created them, I am, in a nutshell, who God has created me to be. And all of those things is what that is in its totality. I am Austin.
Got it. Yes, Austin. So is there anything else that you would have wished for me to ask you that I didn't ask you? What did I miss?
If I had to come up with something that you might be able to ask, it might be something like, what makes men angry?
Ooh, okay, hold on. So, what makes men angry?
Say black men angry, or
Right. Okay.
but I'm just
I'll ask you. I'll ask you again.
okay. Just
So,
men.
Austin,
I'm trying to find something.
what makes black men, or what makes this black man that I'm talking to angry?
In this discussion of just manhood, right? I think what makes us angry is, I think when we see someone that is serious anyway about manhood and what it means, it might be twofold. For one, when we see a man who has not assumed his responsibility, assumed his position as a man, knowing where we are in our society and how important that is. But I think too, especially now with all the social injustice as we're seeing it, when we see society and even culture prevent our men from assuming their responsibilities, from assuming their positions. Losing your life automatically takes you away from the position that you hold in your community, in your family. That makes us upset. Losing your pride, your responsibility, and those things that we need. See, the men are so important in the community. And I heard one of my favorite preachers explain it something like this. Jesus came and was teaching and was ministering, and he was doing miracles. And in Matthew 9, he heals a man that was paralytic. He heals a man, forgives him of his sins. He was a man that was paralytic. And then he goes forward on his way to heal a little girl, but heals a woman who had an issue of blood first. And then he heals and actually revives a young lady, a woman, a young girl who was dead. And it's broken down like this. If we're going to heal the community, the devil wants to go through the men. But if we're going to heal the community, we've got to heal the men first. And then if the men get healed, the women get healed. And then when the men and the woman get healed, and the children get healed. And it's the men that God has placed as covering, as head, and not, as I said before, in a dominant sense, but as covering. And the devil is clearly seeking to destroy the men, and we need to assume our responsibilities. And that will upset us when we are not able to do that.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And thank you for answering these 6 questions. That's it. It was short. And
Awesome. No problem. Thank you for having me again.
Absolutely.
And for your work in putting all of this forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And I think you know how much I admire you. I mean, obviously you have prodigious talent, but it's more than that. It's your heart is what's shown here tonight or in this interview. Your heart, your intellect, your compassion and your care for your community is a beautiful thing. And so I just honor you, my king, and I just pray for you, and I bless you, and I love you, and I'm just keep doing your thing and keep being who you are in the world. We're very fortunate to have you in our world. And so thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Certainly. And thank you for joining us again. And so please stay tuned for yet another episode with yet another king. If there's someone that you know, a Black man in your life, you want us to uplift and highlight and people need to hear from, please drop me a line either in my bio or reach me through my bio or DM me, or there's a link down below. We look forward to talking to as many Black men as we can. And so in the meantime, thanks so much. And remember to spread love and to have a great day.